Good morning, students. So last class we discussed about the periodic properties in the atomic radius, which is also called atomic size. Okay. So what is the atomic radius? So the distance between the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell is called atomic radius. So based on types of bond, okay, covalent bond, ionic bond, like that. So nature of the bonding. So based on types of bonding, we have to classify three types. That is metal radius, covalent radius, and van der Waals radius. Based on the type of bonding. Okay. See why? Because whenever element is exist in free state, so you are unable to calculate the atomic radius. So there is no practical way to calculate the atomic radius when element is exist in free state. So element whenever combined state only we have to calculate the atomic radius of the element. Whenever element, so hydrogen is there, for example H2, chlorine is there, Cl2. Okay, so copper is there, copper is the metallic. So whenever two atoms are, okay, so the center of the nucleus from the, so distance between the center of the nucleus, what is the, it is half of the between the distance from the center of the nucleus, two metallic core. Okay, it is internuclear, half of the internuclear distance of separating of metal cores is called metallic radius. We discussed that already. Okay, so based on types of bonding, why? Because so atom is very small size, it is very small, we are unable to cut, that is 1.2 angstroms, it is, which means 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. Okay, so copper is there, so copper is 256 picometer is, okay, so 256 by 2, 128 picometer. We discussed yesterday's class this one. So let us discuss what is the covalent radius. What is the covalent radius? So metallic radius is applicable only metals only. So covalent radius, it is applicable only non-metals. Okay, so whether the element is metallic or non-metallic only, based on types of bonding. If in case metals is there, that is metallic radius. If in case non-metal is there, that is covalent radius. It is applicable only for non-metals only. So what is the covalent radius? Like chlorine molecule, okay, like that one. What is the chlorine? What is the non-metals? Already know which side is elements are. So most of the q elements are non-metals. Okay. So what is the definition of covalent radius? It is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule. It is half of the distance between the two nuclei of a covalent bonded in molecule. Okay. What is the covalent radius? It is half of the distance between. It is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei. Two center of nuclei. Okay, it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bond in molecule. Covalent bond in molecule. What is the covalent radius? So definition is, what is the covalent radius? So it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule. Covalent bonded in molecule is called covalent radius. Is it clear? What is the covalent radius? Covalent radius is applicable only non-metals only. Okay, non-metallic. Okay, so non-metals. So it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of two covalent bonded in a molecule. Okay, see what is the covalent radius? Once you can see, it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule. Let us see. Example is chlorine molecule, Cl2 molecule. You can take the one fluorine. Covalent bond is what? What is the meaning of covalent bond? What is the covalent bond? Covalent bond is what? It is the sharing of electrons. Sharing of electrons is which bond is formation? Covalent bond. Which bond is formation? Covalent bond. So it is one chlorine, it is another chlorine. It is the center of the nucleus. It is the center of the nucleus. Each other. So it is half of the distance between the. Okay, it is half of the distance. It is nuclear, it is nuclear. It is half. Complete. In that it is the half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded. It is what? Which one? Covalent bond. So in that half distance is called covalent radius. Generally it is, this distance is how much? This distance, completed distance is, that is 198 picometer. 198 picometer. Completely, these two center of the nucleus. So half of the distance. So this from this center of the nucleus to this center of the nucleus. Okay, how much distance? 198. So it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in a molecule is called covalent radius. What is the covalent radius? It is the half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule is called covalent radius. Is called covalent radius. So example is chlorine molecule. So from this to this 198. In that half of this is what? Covalent radius. This radius is called covalent radius. Covalent radius. So 198, half means 198 by 2. That is 99 picometer. 99 picometer. Is it clear? What is the covalent radius? It is applicable only non-metals. Okay. It is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule is called covalent radius. So covalent radius example chlorine molecule. Covalent bond means when it is happens covalent bond is having sharing of electrons between the atoms. Okay, so this nucleus to this is center of the nucleus. Nucleus means protons and neutrons. This nucleus to this nucleus distance how much? 198. In that half, exactly half is called covalent radius. Covalent radius. Is it clear? What is the covalent radius? It is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of covalent bonded in molecule is called covalent radius. Is it clear? What is the covalent radius? Okay. So next coming to the van der Waals radius. It is second one. Covalent radius is the second one. And next one, third one is what? Third one is van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius. So third one is what? Van der Waals radius. So third one is van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius. So van der Waals radius means what? So say it is half of the distance between the two center of the nuclei of. Okay, it is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two adjacent different molecule. Okay, see, is it clear? So once again, it is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two different adjacent molecules are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. It is called van der Waals radius. What is the van der Waals radius? It is the half of the distance between the center of the two nuclei of okay, it is half of the distance between the center of the two nuclei of atoms of different molecules. Okay, it is half of the difference between the center of the two nuclei of atom of different molecules are held by van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces in solid state. in solid state. Okay. What is the van der Waals forces? It is the half of the distance between the center of the two nuclei of atoms of different molecules. Between the molecule, it is one molecule and another molecule. So in that one molecule of one nuclei, another molecule of another nucleus, in that half of the distance is called van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius in solid state. Is it clear what I am saying? Okay. It is the half of the distance between okay, center of the two nucleus of atoms of different molecules are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. He is called van der Waals radius. So what is the van der Waals radius? It is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei. It is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two atoms. Center of the two nuclei of two atoms. Two atoms of different molecules. So same or different. That means one molecule and another molecule. Different means both are not different. Okay. Same or different. Okay. Held by van der Waals forces in solid state. He is called van der Waals radius. Okay. So let us take example van der Waals radius. The example is chlorine. Take chlorine molecule only. Okay. See, this is one. It is one molecule. It is chlorine. It is one chlorine. Okay. Here also another chlorine molecule. See, here also same chlorine and chlorine. Two different molecules. But here is same only. If you are taking example, same only. But maybe different molecule also. One chlorine, one is noble gases. Okay. Why it is same or different? We will explain. Okay. See, it is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two atoms of different molecules. Center of the nuclei of two atoms of different molecules are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. So that means van der Waals forces there. It is the center of the nucleus. Is it clear? It is the center of the nucleus. It is atom. It is also center of the nucleus. It is also atom. Whenever both are from molecule. Both are molecule. So it is half of the distance between the center of the nucleus of two atoms of different molecules are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. Okay. So maybe this chlorine molecule, it is also another chlorine molecule. We can take same or different, no problem. But maximum different only. Okay. Here taking example same molecules. Okay. It is nucleus. It is also nucleus. Okay. The difference, the distance. See, in this nucleus to in this nucleus. Okay. It is this. There is no bond formation is there. Only this element. Chlorine atom. These only elements are bond formation is there. In this chlorine, bond formation is there. So whenever two different molecules, same molecules are attractive forces there. Which type of attractive forces? Van der Waals forces are present. So attractive forces there. Held by van der Waals forces. Between the molecules, some forces is there. Okay. So van der Waals forces, London dispersion forces. So many forces is there. So we will discuss that is also. Okay. So in that half of the distance. Is it clear? So generally it is completely, this distance is 360 picometer. And let us come to the half of the distance. This is called van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius. It is called van der Waals radius. It is half of the distance. It is van der Waals radius. So this 360 picometer, it is half of the distance. So half of the distance means how much? So 360 by half. 360 by 2, that is 180 picometer. This is van der Waals radius. Is it clear? So whenever it is half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two atoms, it is one atom, of different molecule. But here taking this one molecule of chlorine, it is another molecule of chlorine. Okay, same only, but sometimes it is different one. Maximum different molecules are held by means attracted. Both are joined. Held means both are joined. Held by van der Waals forces in solid state. Here take the example, both are molecules, both are chlorine molecule, both are same molecule, but maximum different molecule also we take. For your example, this is okay, same or different, whatever is that. Okay, same or different molecules. It is one molecule, it is one molecule. That's why different molecules. Okay, so it is the half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of two atoms of different molecules are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. It is one molecule, it is another molecule. Okay, so this chlorine atom is this chlorine atom. Both are bound from chlorine molecule. Here is chlorine atom, here is chlorine atom. Both are connected to form the molecule. In that molecule, one of the atom of nucleus, another atom of the nucleus, in the distance of is called van der Waals radius. So both are molecules, but they are held by van der Waals forces in solid state. E is called van der Waals radius. Okay, E is called van der Waals radius. Is it clear, van der Waals radius? So when we use van der Waals radius, see, we have textbook, just check it. Okay, in textbook there is noble gases. So noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Noble gases not referred with atomic radius. So noble gases are compared with van der Waals radius with other elements. Noble gases is radius of the noble gases is compared with van der Waals radius with other elements. Very, very important. So noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Atomic radius means covalent radius and metallic radius. Okay. So noble gases, whenever you have to see the textbook, noble gases atomic radius not compared with atomic radius. Okay, noble gas, radius of the noble gases, so should not compared with atomic radius. So noble gas, radius of the noble gases should compare with van der Waals radius with other elements, with other when we use van der Waals radius. Okay, is it clear what I am saying? Okay, so metallic radius is only metals. Covalent radius is non-metals. Van der Waals radius, when we use so van der Waals radius, okay, is explained. Van der Waals radius is applicable only noble gases, not only noble gases. So for noble gases, radius of the noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Noble gas, radius of the noble gases. Okay, radius of the noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Atomic radius means what? Already this atomic radius is referred with both covalent and metallic radius. Should not compare with atomic radius. However, radius of the noble gases compared with van der Waals radius with other elements. Why? Because it is the being monoatomic molecule. It is being monoatomic molecules. Noble gases are being, so it is existing only monoatomic only. It is not existing triatomic molecule. Okay. So, however, radius of the noble gases, radius of the noble gases compared with van der Waals forces, van der Waals radius with other element, Is it clear what I am saying? Okay, so atomic radius it is not explained the noble gases radius. Okay, radius of the noble gases should not compare with atomic radius. Okay, noble gases also is. What is the noble gases? Group 18 elements: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, and oxygen. Okay. So these are group 18 elements. That is called noble gases. So noble gas, radius of the noble gases should not compare with atomic radius because of it is very large atomic radius. It is a very large atomic radius. It is very large atomic radius. So however, radius of the noble gases compared with van der Waals radius with other element because of due to noble gases being monoatomic molecule. It is very important. Noble gases being monoatomic molecules. Very important this point. Okay. Noble gases being monoatomic molecule. So van der Waals radius. Okay. So van der Waals radius is applicable to any molecule only, but especially we use with the van der Waals radius in noble gases. Why? Because noble gases are being with the monoatomic molecule. Noble gases are being monoatomic molecules. So helium is there, for example, helium is existing, but He2 does not exist, and neon is exist. So neon 2 does not exist in He2. Did you see there? Check your textbook also. Either argon only element state only exists. Ar2 does not exist. Okay, that's why. So van der Waals radius is, so radius of the noble gases should not compare with atomic radius due to its very large radius. It is very large radius. However, its radius is, compared with van der Waals radius with other elements. Okay, so why? Because it is noble gases are being monoatomic molecule. Noble gases are being monoatomic molecule, single molecule. Helium only exists, He only. Okay, He2 does not exist. Neon only, Ne only exists. Ne2 does not exist. For example, hydrogen only H2 exists. Hydrogen does not exist. Why? Because hydrogen is not belongs to noble gases. It is separate of the element. Okay. So sodium is there. Sodium does not exist in free state. Sodium is exist in crystal form only. Okay. So that's why it is the van der Waals radius is mainly it is applicable noble gases. Why? Because it is being with monoatomic molecules. Is it clear what I am saying? Okay. See. So which radius is more? Order of the radius. Which radius? Order of the radius. Which radius is more? That means, so which is the more radius? Van der Waals radius, crystal metallic radius, and covalent radius. Which one is more radius? Okay. So van der Waals radius is more distance. Van der Waals radius is more distance than metallic radius. This is crystal radius. Metallic radius. Then covalent radius. Covalent radius is very short only. Okay, covalent radius is very short. Van der Waals radius is very large only. Distance are very large. That means, okay, van der Waals order. Which radius is more? Van der Waals radius is more. Then metallic radius. Then covalent radius. So order of the radius. Van der Waals radius is the more only. Then metallic radius. Then covalent radius. Is it clear what is the van der Waals radius? So van der Waals radius, especially in noble gases. Okay. So radius of the noble gases should not compare with the atomic radius due to its very large radius. Noble gases are very large radius. However, it is compared with the van der Waals radius. However, it is compared with the van der Waals radius with the other elements. Van der Waals radius with the other elements. Okay. So why? Because noble gases are existing element, monoatomic molecule. Only monoatomic. Noble gases does not exist diatomic, triatomic. Okay, only exist in monoatomic molecules. So what is the order? Which radius is more? So van der Waals radius is more than the metallic radius. Then covalent radius. Okay. So let us come to discuss. So variation of atomic radius. Let us discuss variation of atomic radius in periods and groups. Variation of atomic radius. Variation of atomic radius. Variation of atomic radius. Atomic radius. Atomic periods and groups. Okay. So variation. How to variation? How to vary? So atomic radius is vary with in periods. How to change in periods? How to change in groups? Variation of atomic radius in periods and groups. How to it is in periods and in groups. Okay. See, let us come to the atomic radius in groups. Sorry, in periods. Atomic radius in periods. From left to right. From left to right. Atomic radius in periods from left to right. See, remember periodic table. Blindly remember left to right. Left to right. What happened? Atomic number is increased. So atomic radius increases from left to right. Decreases. This is very important points. Decreases. Atomic radius from left to right is what happened? Decreases because of increases the effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge. Simply you can write ENC. Effective nuclear charge or simply nuclear charges. See, in atomic radius increases from left to right. Decreases. From left to right, what happened? Decreases. From left to right, decreases. Because of increase the effective nuclear charge. Atomic radius increases. That means from left to right decreases because the effective nuclear charge. So what is the effective nuclear charge? What is the meaning of effective nuclear charge? What is the meaning of effective nuclear charge? What is the effective nuclear charge? The attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons. The attractive forces between the attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons. Nucleus means what? In this nucleus, which charge is there? Positive charges. Okay, positive charge is there. So nucleus, the net dipole moment, that means net positive charge. That is attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons is called effective nuclear charge. Okay, is called effective nuclear charge. So effective nuclear charge, the attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons is called ENC, effective nuclear charge. The attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons. Nucleus means which charge is there? Electrons which charge? Negative charge. Nucleus which charge? Positive charge. Neutron. Nucleus is which is having nucleus in that neutrons, protons and neutrons is there. Protons is positive charge. Neutrons is there is no charge. Protons is positive charge. Neutrons there is no charge. So the attractive forces between the, that means attractive force. So both are attraction between the nucleus and electrons is called effective nuclear charge. Okay, that means positive charge is attract to the negative charges. Nucleus which charge? Positive charge. See here. For example, this is one atom is there. This is nucleus is there. This is positive charge. Here is negative charge of electrons is there. So between this attractive force is there. This force is called effective nuclear charge. The attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons is called effective nuclear charge. In periods, what happens? Effective nuclear charge is increased. Because of increase the effective nuclear charge in periods. Due to that reason, atomic radius from left to right decreases. In periods is what happened? Atomic radius in periods. That means from left to right. In periods from left to right decrease. Atomic radius from left to right. That means in periods what happened? Left to right decrease because of increasing the effective nuclear charge in periods. What is the meaning of effective nuclear charge? The attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons is called effective nuclear charge. So why it is increases the effective nuclear charge in periods? Why it is increases the effective nuclear charge in periods? So why it is increases the effective nuclear charge in periods? So let us take one example. First, second period you have to take. Second period elements is what? Second period elements. Second period elements. So lithium, okay, beryllium, okay, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Only fluorine only. So the second period elements. Second period elements. It is second period elements. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So let us come to this electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. In that electronic, what is the lithium electronic configuration? 1s2 2s2. Is it clear? Okay. What is the electronic configuration? Beryllium 1s2 2s2. And coming to the boron 1s2 2s2 2p1. Coming to the carbon 1s2 2s2 2p2. Coming to the nitrogen 1s2 2s2 2p3. Coming to the oxygen, so 1s2 2s2 2p4. Coming to the fluorine, so 1s2 2s2 2p5. Is it clear? See, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. See, here is how many electrons is 1 electron. It is second period elements. It is what? Second period elements. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Okay. See, in that, so 1s2 2s1, 1s2 2s2, 1s2 2s2 2p1. Okay. So electrons enter to the same energy level only. Electrons enter to the same energy level. Is it clear? So here is, for example, lithium. Coming to the lithium, electrons enter to 2s1, and beryllium electrons enter also 2s2. It is over. And coming to the boron, electrons enter the 2p1. Okay. So coming to the carbon, electrons enter the same 2p energy level. So same 2p subshell only. So coming to the nitrogen also same energy level, second shell only. That is second shell only electron. Here also oxygen also enter the second shell only. Fluorine also enter the second shell only. See, very important. In this all electrons are entered the which shape? Second shell only. When you observe the electronic configuration in periodic wise, take the second period elements. So lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Okay. So in that same electrons are entered. Same electrons. So number of electrons enter the same energy level. That means same shell. Here is 2s1, 2s2. Here is 2p1, same energy shell. Okay, it is 2p2, same only. Here is 2p3, 2p4, 2p5. Like that, same energy level. So whenever electrons enter the same energy level, so effective nuclear charge is increases. Effective nuclear charge is increase. When the effective nuclear charge is increase, so electrons is more attractive towards the nucleus. Electrons are more attractive towards the nucleus. That's why so effective nuclear charge is increase. Okay. So because effective nuclear charge is increasing periods because of electrons enters to the same energy level. Electrons enters to the same energy level. Why effective nuclear charge is increasing periods? So electrons enters to the same energy level. Okay. So example second period. As you can simply remember, what is the effective nuclear charge means? This is the definition. The attractive forces between the nucleus and electrons is called effective nuclear charge. Okay. So in this effective nuclear charge in periods is what happen? Increase. Why it is increase? So number of electrons. So electrons enter to the same energy level, same subshell only. Electrons enter to the same energy level or same subshell only. That's why effective nuclear charge is increased. When effective nuclear charge is increased, what happens? So attractive forces are increased between the nucleus and electrons. That's why in periods effective nuclear charge is increased, atomic radius is decreases. Is it clear what I'm saying? Here is electron center to same energy level. Same energy level. Electron center to the same energy level. Second cell only na. Second period only all electron center second only. So electrons is filled with same energy level. So along with the nuclear charge also increase. So whenever nuclear charge is attractive forces is more only. Attractive forces only more only. That's why atomic radius decreases in periods because of increasing the effective nuclear charges. Because of so in periods electrons enters to the same energy level. In periods electrons enters to the same energy level. Why effective nuclear charges increase in periods? Because of electrons enters to the same energy level. Effective ENCs increases in periods. Because of electrons enters to the same energy level. Due to that reason, effective nuclear charges increase in periods. Effective nuclear charge increase means what? Attractive forces is increased. So attractive forces completely increased from left to right. Then what happens? Atomic radius is decreased. Is it clear? Okay. And next coming to the atomic radius in groups. 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 Top to bottom. From top to bottom. That means same family. First group, second group, third group, 13th group, 14th group, 15th group, 16th group, 17th group. Atomic radius in group from top to bottom increases because of differentiating electrons enters to the because of differentiating electrons enters to the new energy level.